I still, regardless of the fact that I hate ads, I still recognize that like this is a revenue stream for a lot of small streamers. Okay. It's not the guy making, you know, $200,000 a year that ends up making $100,000 a year that you're thinking about. You're thinking about the guy who was making $35,000 or $40,000 a year, who's now making $10,000 a year. Like, that's it. What is this here?
Here's the other thing with Hasan.
Since the video is quite
unreasonably
long.
good looking and like cool and dresses cool.
Tell me about it.
But do you know what I mean? Like Hasan would be an influencer no matter what he was saying, because he is
hot,
very attractive and very cool and genuinely a good person too. I will say, like, Hasan is actually a cool, fun, good person.
Hasan also, if you're listening to this and you've never seen any of Hasan Piker's like streams or appearances on television, go watch them. He's great. You know, getting back to young men, like he has this kind of heterosexual masculinity where he does lift the weights and he does, you know, he's like big and muscly and so focused on his body. Oh, I'm sweating. But he does. It's also just with the stop. He has this sort of like aggression with the way that the way that he yells about politics. Like he has this way of reaching out to young heterosexual men that like they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to like the fag with the glittery nails.
Exactly. And this is why I think he embodies this body type, this like ideal of male masculinity, right? He's like I don't even know how tall he is. He's very tall. He's like 6'3" or something, but he's like extremely ripped. Like he hangs with the guys, but he's like the one guy that's like that, but that's also like cool and progressive in a way, right? That has an audience and makes his audience around progressive policies. He also has endless patience on the internet to sort of articulate those policies. And that's something that's very rare. And I think that's what has led to his success. But how can you replicate that, right? Like it's hard. Like Hasan had that great interview with that, you know, he interviews the guy who, I can't remember his name. He has this gym that they go to, whatever, and he's talking to this gym owner on stream. This was like a day or two after the election. The guy had voted for Trump, and he sort of very expertly pushes him and sort of talks about it. But that's the kind of thing that a lot of people a few years ago were like canceling people for, where it's like, how dare you talk to this person? How dare you engage with this person? Like, I think another thing that Hasan does really well is he does engage in these spaces, right? He'll go and he'll talk to people that don't necessarily agree. And I think he can go
and I don't do it in like a super contentious manner in an effort to get like easy dunks off of them. Although there is definitely, why are we watching a Glaze video? First of all, this is like an entire fucking YouTube video, a conversation between Taylor Lorenz, who is probably one of the best culture editors out there, like one of the best culture journalists out there, who is super locked in, especially at a time when like, I think like internet culture reporting has gotten like really downhill since the BuzzFeed era, and is a good friend of mine on top of that. But she's incredibly knowledgeable and a fantastic journalist whose work stands for itself and speaks for itself. So it's good that they're having this conversation. But we're specifically watching the glazing of you out of 1 hour and 17 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna move on from all the glaze. Okay, sorry. We should only look at people calling me a fucking piece of shit. We should only watch people say, Hasan, you're my enemy, you're a bad guy, you did the Adpocalyse, blah 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 blah, all this fucking shit. Instead, I know a lot of the drama perverts are in here looking for that. Here, apparently Asmongold personally fucking took credit for it. I don't know why.
I want to say, like, obviously, to all the streamers that are looking at me and blaming me, I want to say you're welcome. I know your viewers have been complaining a lot about the amount of ads you've been running, and I wanted to help your viewers out. I'm trying to help them. And so, like, I mean, let's be real. You're gonna go down to making 100K and not 200K a year? Too bad.
Dude, if I were to say some shit like this, I would literally get fucking crucified. Straight up. If I were to say some shit like this, people would literally execute me. They'd come to my house and kill me on camera. 100%. Like, what you can get away... Hold on. What you can get away with saying if you are well liked by like the apolitical voices online is pretty crazy. No, I'm not even joking when I say like, if I were to say some shit like that, no one would consider it to be funny at all. Because like, while I don't run ads and I'm not fond of ads, as demonstrated by the fact that the 2 contracts I had the minimum available ads that I could run. There's dudes out there running 22 minutes an hour. I'm running, in my first contract, I ran 1 minute of ads. In my second contract, I ran 4 minutes of ads. And I basically used like the minimum amount. I'm saying this because I'm demonstrating that I'm not exactly fond of running ads myself. And I stopped running them once my contract was over regardless. I still, regardless of the fact that I hate ads, I still recognize that like this is a revenue stream for a lot of small streamers. Okay? It's not the guy making, $200,000 a year that ends up making $100,000 a year that you're thinking about. You're thinking about the guy who was making $35,000 or $40,000 a year, who's now making $10,000 a year. Like, that's it. Like these are small streamers who want to make a living, who are fantastic, creative, and on the precipice of making it. And I think like it really fucks them over. Make sure you apologize to everyone and say you love them. Otherwise, Dan S's army is going to clip this and send it to the streamer and say you're trying to start beef with them. No, I this is what I was saying earlier, like a couple days prior. I was like, Asmongold, you're playing with fire, like hyping up these fucking losers. Do you see what I mean? This is what I was talking about. Like these guys have been doing an endless brigade for the past 4 years, and now they finally, it's not over like anti-white racism, but they finally found something that at least like there are organizations with institutional legitimacy like the ADL that are wild enough to fucking take on this cause because they want to squash any kind of anti-Israel commentary. They want to stop any kind of anti-Israel commentary, and they are willing to say that it's anti-Semitic even if they don't agree with it really, or even if there's no academic consensus on the matter. And they did it, and most advertisers, and the way I see it, most advertisers basically are afraid of any kind of controversy, any kind of dissent, right? And this doesn't require additional examination for them. They're like, oh, enough emails were sent to us, so we're just gonna fucking we'll put it on halt. Like that's a very normal process. I worked in advertising. I know how it works. So basically, like this is a brief period of revenue decline, it seems, as like content creators are talking about it, and it's really fucking frustrating because like it doesn't even really impact me because I don't care about the loss of revenue from not running ads. You know what I mean? That doesn't bother me at all. My entire career revolves around, I decline advertising like regularly. I've declined very famously numerous ads from big ass sponsors that were willing to give me $1 million fucking dollars, $800,000 for a fucking poker tournament, shit like that, on a regular fucking basis. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I'm so sick, I'm so great. Okay, there was a period in time when I used to urge people to use ad blockers until Twitch was like, you can't say that. What the fuck's wrong with you? You have a contract and you can't openly urge people to use an ad blocker to avoid the ads. So the unfortunate reality is like normally these sorts of internet brigades, when they were done back in the Gamergate days, they would go after someone's sponsors, right? And that was like a big thing. Other content creators would be like, whoa, wait a minute. You can't touch someone's bag like that. That's really fucked up. There was discourse like around Keemstar, if you guys recall, way back in the day. But because I don't have like long-standing sponsors and they can't fucking take that out, they chose to literally go after the entire platform that I'm on by going to every advertiser and mass blasting them with fucking emails and openly saying that they were going to brigade every single fucking advertiser. And it's not like hidden. This is not a secret. This is not a secret at all. This is not something that they were like doing behind the shadows. They were doing this very openly. Destiny's community did this very openly for months and months and months on end. What is this good TikTok? Oh yeah, I watched this morning.
People hate him so much. Like genuine.
That's the way I see it.
I made a video a long time ago.
That's where I'm at. So I want to say, like, obviously,
Why do Twitter
to all the streamers that
Why does Twitter autoplay? Yeah, it's not just me. They attack everyone that associates with me as well.
Hate him so much. Like genuine question, because I made a video a long time ago where I said that he's hot because he's hot. Your girl speaks the truth. And the only thing in my comment section were like, talking about him and coming at me for saying he's hot. You would think this man is like the spawn of Satan. Like, they were acting like he is the devil reincarnated or something, and I don't understand why. Some people were like, oh my gosh, like, you support him, like, he's anti-Semitic. And of course, when they said that, I was shocked, so I tried to find what they were referring to, and I genuinely cannot find any evidence of him being anti-Semitic. So either they're confusing anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism, which are two very different things, or they're just, like, straight up hallucinating or something, I don't know. And people were saying that, like, he hates women, that he's misogynistic, and these things like that, and again, I can't find evidence of him being misogynistic. Like, I don't know what they're referring to. And look, do I agree with every single thing Hasan Piker has ever said? Probably not. I don't know every single thing he's ever said. I don't watch him obsessively, I just think he's hot. And I do tend to agree with the takes that I've seen from him. I think he covered the election very well, and the genocide in Gaza. I really appreciate his coverage on that. Aside from that, like, I don't, like, obsessively watch his stuff, so I don't know. But it's really weird when people come into my comment section and are like, oh, he's anti-Semitic, he hates women, he's misogynistic. And then I watch his videos, and he's just like, yeah, I think everyone deserves healthcare. And, you know, like, a livable wage. And I'm just like, what are you guys referring to? Like, are you guys watching the same stuff that I'm watching? Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? I think my favorite criticism, though, was when people started saying that he's a fake socialist because, like, he bought an expensive house. And I feel like if that's your problem with him, that just shows a real lack of, like, critical thinking skills. Because it's like, if he's wealthy, it's because he's a Twitch streamer. You know, like, he's not exploiting anybody. People are just, like, voluntarily subscribing to him.
No, you don't understand.
It's not like he has a ton of work.
He has zitters locked up in a basement. You don't get it.
That he exploits and, like, you know, doesn't pay well. And also, of course, he has an expensive house. He lives in Los Angeles. Having a house that costs a couple of $1 million in Los Angeles isn't that insane to me. I don't know, I just don't get it. And look, I mean, even if, like, he has a political opinion that I don't agree with, I don't think that makes him the devil. Of course, unless it's like, oh, I don't think these people should have human rights or something.
Yeah.
But if it's about human rights, you can't just agree to disagree on that. But if he has, like, a normal political opinion that I just, you know, don't agree with, I don't think that makes him, like, the worst human being ever. I don't think that means that you have to, like, you know, block him, never watch his stuff again, never support him, and, like, completely disassociate from him. I do think that you don't have to agree with every single thing someone says to still appreciate their content and, you know, think that they're a generally good person. But still, at the end of the day, I don't know Hasan Piker personally. I don't know if he's a good person or not. All I said was that he was hot and the internet came after me. But one thing him and I do agree on is our complete disdain for Bill Maher. Yes. And I mean, an enemy of my enemy is my friend, so...
Let's go. That's right. Respect. Men are pissed because women like you and is raising the bar for them not to be shitty men who actually treat them like human beings. Yeah, but like it automatically raises the bar in the way that you seem if you just treated women like I'm not expecting people to fucking run around and like become card carrying male feminists that love like Andrea Dworkin or whatever. I just treat people like people. That's all I say always, okay? Treat women in the same exact way that you would treat men. This is my argument always. I always say be normal, be fucking normal, be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal. And the disdain that so many people have automatically mischecked his ad revenue and there was zero difference. I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't look like it. So this is my charts for ad revenue. So the white line is ads, the yellow line is Twitch Turbo, and these are subscribers. And these are Peach's tits. So I'm pretty sure that I haven't. The white is ad revenue. To show you how much money my money is ads, this will show you what's gonna happen if I lose. Is this white? What is this? Purple? Pink?
What is he, fucking colorblind? He said white. I think people just didn't realize that their contracts are over. No, because it's not ads, it's tags that get demonetized, like Iran, political money, etc. Yeah. Miz did call for all politics streamers to get banned. Yeah, dude, he's farming, okay? It's like he's not being serious. And I hate that, like, one of the worst aspects of you know, online content is just like people take insincerity as serious. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.